Hey gang, what's good with y'all? Look, I want to talk to y'all about how Rich Dad Poor Dad changed my understanding of money. The book Rich Dad Poor Dad, it taught me a lot of different things. It taught me about liabilities. It taught me about assets. It taught me about the stock market. It even went on to teach me about several different types of income. And I'm a book reader. See, I used to read books, fantasy. I used to like the fantasy books. I used to even try and write fantasy books. And I ain't gonna lie, I got really good at it. I used to have a book on some website, well, not even a site, an app called Web Novel, and I had a book that went up to 60K views. I was doing all right back then, but I lost passion for it, and I turned into more of a reader than a writer. And so I was like, okay, cool. If I'm reading fantasy books, let me just go ahead, since I'm a good reader, since I like to read, since I can read fast, and writing has boosted my typing speed. Let me just go ahead and look into financial books. My situation changed so much to how I was like, dang, all right, I know that I need some money. Let me go and figure out ways for me to make some money. And then I went on to like looking at different books, and I was like, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Everybody keeps talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I don't think that's a really good book to read. But then I was like, wait a minute, I haven't ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, so how am I gonna knock it before I try it? So I went on to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I fell in love with the book. See, like I said, it talks about liabilities. See, things that you buy are liabilities. Things that don't make you money are liabilities. Shoot, even the bed that you sleep on is a liability. You bought it for you to be comfortable and all, and it's kind of like a need, but it's still a liability because it costs you money and doesn't make you any money. See, things that aren't liabilities would be, probably that business that you're trying to start, or a business, say McDonald's. McDonald's is not a liability simply because it makes money. Sure, it's gonna take some money to make some money. Okay, so you're gonna lose some money in that McDonald's business, but you're also gonna make some money from it. You see what I'm saying? And you just want to make sure the cash flow, and the book went on to teach me about cash flow. I never knew anything like this. Cash flow is how much money is you have coming in instead of how much money you have coming out. That's positive cash flow. You want more money coming in than you want coming out. So these different terms, you need to understand the terms, and you need to understand the numbers. He went on to teach me so many things. Robert Kiyosaki, he taught me so many different things. And I just want to let you know that it's changed my understanding of money. It's changed my understanding of even the world today, because he goes on to talk about how the stock market, you're going to see two stock markets. What did he say? Two stock markets changed. Probably the average person lives on to see three economic bank crashes. It was so many different things. And I was like, dang, is this really true? And then I went on to see the stock market. Our president just changed and the stock market just went up. I said, dang, okay, he's on to something. He changed my understanding truly. And I just want to let you guys know that that's a really good book to read. You see, when I come on here, I want to either give you some advice, or I want to just push some different ways to change your understanding, because I don't want us to sit still. If we sit still as a community, or if we sit still as people, we'll never grow. And you see, the thing is, if you never grow, you never get anywhere. So so let's try and grow. Let's try and boost our understanding. But today's video is usually just going to be my understanding of the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. See, he has one book that goes on to talk about his two different dads, his poor dad and his rich dad, right? But he has another book, and this is really the secret book. This is really the book. It's not a secret book, but it's really the book that you really need to read. Everybody says read the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, but it's a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad Quadrant Cash Flow. You need to go read that book. That's the book that's really going to teach you about the cash flow, how to make money come in, how to manage your money, what you need to do, taxes. It teaches you about so many different things. And you see, the thing is, it changed my understanding to the point where I decided, let me go ahead and like stop always saving my money. Let me go ahead and figure out what it is I want to do with my money. Let me plan ahead instead of whenever I need to ride somewhere, pay for it then. Let me plan ahead. So like, it really just taught me to plan ahead and to really have plans for my money. Like, know my money is going to this and send it there. Or if I'm gonna see, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he just really taught me how to manage my money. He helped me manage my money, and he helped me learn about so many different things. He helped me learn about the real estate. He told me learn about what an investor is. When you go down the Rich Dad Poor Dad cash Oh my God, I was having trouble saying it, but it's the Rich Dad Poor Dad cash flow quadrant. When you get on there, you learn about the S's, the E's, the B's, the I's. So you probably don't even know what those are, but they are the E is the employee, the B is the business, the I is the investor, the S is the self-employed people. And you see, I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know that how many different types of jobs and different types of people there was in the world, how many different types of careers and places you could go. I was completely stunned. I was like, an S, what's an S? Oh, an E is where I am right now. How do I become an S? If I'm an employee right now, how do I get out of that mindset, that robotic program mindset of just going to work every day and using that money to just buy whatever it is I want? How do I become the person who sleeps at night and makes money passively? How do I learn about these different types of income? And he goes on to explain it. And that really just taught me that I need a passive source of income, a passive source of income. These people who are rich and who are sleeping and making money, these millionaires like Castanat and Duke Dennis, these people, or not even just, those are the creators who are millionaires. There's so many other people who don't even do content creation, like the rappers. There are rapping is a passive flow of income. Videos could be a passive flow, especially because they withstand the flow of time. And that's just like a big thing, because 5 years later, I could click back on one of these videos and listen to it. That's crazy. And so that's kind of just like, it's passive, because the more clicks I get, the more watches you get. Shoot, the more money these different people make. Not me. I don't make no money right now. I'm just keeping it raw, keeping it pushing. I'm letting y'all know. But I'm just saying how the true passive income is truly comes down to content creation, these videos, these shorts that you're watching, all these different things. And the reason I really grew to understand this were these different books. I'm pushing books to you because they're like portable pieces of knowledge. If you don't read this, if I never read Cash Flow Quadrant from Rich Dad Poor Dad, well, not from Rich Dad Poor Dad, but by Rich Dad Poor Dad company, I would have never known I would have never known really about cash flow until years down the line. I would have never known about so many different things. I feel like my eye keeps going like cross-eyed because I'm trying to stare at the little dot for the camera. But I'm not trying to look too crazy for y'all, you see what I'm saying? But yeah, it really just completely changed my understanding. It made me realize I need to stop spending money on expensive jackets. I need to stop, I don't know, just buying everything, spending my money like crazy. But you see, one of the really things that's going to be hard is to like completely change and get your mindset to another person's understanding. That's going to be hard. So I feel like go off what he's telling you, modify it best for you, and then go out and live your life, because we're not all going to live the same life. So take his advice and transform it into something that's going to work for you. Like, that's why it's hard to give step-by-step plans to someone, because you're not the same person. You're not going to have the same motivation, the same different types of drive. And so you need to just make sure like everybody's going to get there. I feel like we're all going to get where we're meant to get to, but some people are going to get farther than others because of the work that they put in today, because of the understanding that they have, because of the different types of understanding of income coming in that they have, different types of understanding of things like cash flow, different types of understanding of so many different things, possibly even things I still don't understand right now. And so it's like, this is all one big game. It's a game of who understands the most, really. And I ain't gonna lie, I can come on here talking about the videos and talking about the books just to share the knowledge. But it's one thing for me to share the knowledge, and it's another thing for you to really go read it yourself, to build your own understanding. So go check out that book called Rich Dad. Check out the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Then go check out the book, his second book, Rich Dad Poor Dad Cash Flow Quadrant. Because that's going to change your understanding. It's going to tell you how your house is really not an asset, simply just because it doesn't make you money. People say it's an asset, but when they go on to say it's an asset, I learned this from him, Robert Kiyosaki. I learned this from him. They go on to say it's an asset simply because it's another person's asset. It's not your asset. So you have the house, you rent the house out. It's not your asset. It's somewhere you stay. It's really a liability until, it's not until, it's So you know who the person who bought the house and letting you rent it out is their asset simply because you make them money by living in it and paying them rent every so often, right? So it's their asset. So it's an asset. Your house is an asset, but it's not your asset. If you can understand that, you know, I'm gonna try and get into editing these videos, but you know, sometimes I just want to keep it raw and uncut, so you know that I'm really not faking nothing. I have to think about what it is I'm gonna say. I have to sometimes stutter. I have to get better with my ability to talk to others. Doing YouTube has built my mouthpiece. Like it's helped me talk easier to others. Like I don't care. It's not that I don't care how I talk to others, but it helps me just get into more fluent conversations. I stop saying and I try and like just calm down and get to where it is I really have to say. It helps me with writing and so many different other things. But like I want to say about the cash flow, Rich Dad Poor Dad or Robert Kiyosaki, he can change your whole understanding of not even of life, I guess. Cause it's books like this that really help someone understand how it is they can really make money, how it is they can make money for them. And it's really all about having money make money for you. It's about saving time. See, I always thought it was about hard work. You know, when you grow up, they tell you hard work is hard work. They used to say something like hard work makes perfect or something like that, or hard work makes permanent or something like that. It's something similar. I forgot what it is called, but it's really not that. Hard work will help you build the skill, sure, but all the top millionaires, all the top people up there, like Donald Trump, like everybody up there that's making loads of money, that understand the game down to the last piece, they're sleeping making money simply because they know that time is the best thing. Time is something we can't get back. Time, we don't truly understand the value of time because we've always had time. So we don't truly understand the value of it until we're gone. And when we're gone, we're not going to be able to tell other people the value of their time. But you know, when you go to a funeral, you cry because you lose the life of another. You're like, dang, their time is gone. Like, you're sad. And so if time is something that's when it's taken from you and it's gone and it's sad, why are you wasting it? Stop wasting your time. Get up and stop working that. No, I'm not going to say stop working that job, but I'm going to say work that job, stack that little bit of money to make money work for you. Because when money works for you, that's when you truly get up there. That's when you're truly like, cool, I can go to sleep at night and just have money coming in. That's where I need to get. That's for me. Me right now, I need to get up there. You right now, you need to get up there. And if you're already up there, drop some comments down below. Help somebody else get up there. Tell somebody about your understanding. Tell me about your journey. See, this is going to be a 7-day journey. I'm going to post for 7 days straight. And I'm just going to keep trying to do that. Just keep trying to do that because I keep saying I want to be consistent. I keep saying I want to do this. I want to do that. When am I going to do it? How am I going to keep making promises and never do them? Excuse me. How am I going to keep making promises and never do them? That's not good character. That's not making me more believable. That's not making me more trustworthy. So I'm going to stop making promises and I'm going to just do it to the best of my ability. Oh, sorry. I had a notification. My bad. I looked at you real close. But I wanted to try and stretch this video out simply because I just wanted y'all to know about it. But I think that might be it. That might be all the things I need to get off my chest. I need to get off my chest and say about the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. I just want to simply expand people's mindset on topics like books. Don't stop reading. What's the point of stop reading? I feel like there's so many different strategies and schemes that's gonna help people come back from being dead broke. Just like The Richest Man in Babylon. That book has it has a financial plan or structuring your own paycheck that you get so you can bounce back from debt. You see, when you don't read these different books, you never learn these different things. And when you look them up, sure, you're looking them up on the internet, but it's going to be hard. They're going to tell you to read the book. They're not going to tell you what's really in the book, the true understanding of what's in the book. So you need to do your research. Research is another important thing that you need to do. If you don't do research something, you'll never get better at it. If I never researched football, I would have never become a better football player. I would have never become a person who lands a tackle and the ball pops off. I would have never become a person who lands a tackle and you can hear a loud bang sound. I would have never become that person. I would never become that person who was even sort of good at football simply because I started late than others. simply because shoot, when you don't put the work in or when you don't try, you never get anywhere. Boom. I guess that was the question to my other thing. When you never try, you never get anywhere. And that's true in effect too. But hard work, it doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. It could be for a certain period of time so you can live a better life. Let's not look at life as working hard forever. Let's look at life as, all right, cool. I do all this work right now so I don't have to work. So I don't have to work then. I do all this work right now and I make that passive income that's gonna last for years. So I don't have to like stress about it later down the line. So I can be financially free is what I'm really trying to say. So you could be financially free, so we can be financially free, so we can have the understanding, so we don't let other people push us around, because we're gonna get pushed around if we don't understand the numbers. See, go check out that book, because we never understood the numbers, and we don't understand how these different terms. If I never understood what a like even just rate of return or rate of investment or just like different things like that, if you don't understand those different terms, then you're not gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna get anywhere being the dumb one that's coming to the party. You go to a whole smart meeting and say it's you're fighting for a job position. There are 3 people smarter than you. One person went to Harvard. You went, I don't know. Say you went to just a state, some state country, not state country, but some state, and they have a better understanding of so many different topics because they were taught by so many more professional and skilled teachers. And say it's a dropout. You're the dropout, and they're the person who went to Harvard. Boom, y'all competing for the same job. What makes you think you're gonna get the job if you don't have what the other person has? It's gonna be way harder for you to get the job. It's just simply because they have more of a depth understanding of what it is they need for this position, and they're more skilled, so they're gonna get the job. So the people who become rich, or the people who have mastered a certain skill to become rich, have mastered a certain skill with the hopes of becoming rich. No, with the intent to become rich. If you don't have the intent to become rich, then stop trying. I'm just keeping it like that. If you don't want to be rich, then don't try and be rich. Like, you have to want to. You have to like desire this. You have to desire to get the money. Desire to get to the bag. Because if you don't desire to get to the bag, then you just desire something. Do something else. Do something you desire. Because another thing is, it's time that you can get back. So if you don't want to be rich and you just want to live well off, then desire to get to living well off. Desire to do something that's going to make you well off. Desire to, I don't know, if you want to play football, desire to play football. Just make sure you're using your time wisely is what I'm trying to say. Don't slip up. Because when you slip up, ain't no getting that time back. Ain't no getting that time back. And this is how Rich Dad Poor Dad changed my understanding of cash flow, of money. It changed my understanding of the financial world. It's put me in the game. I truly feel like I got put into the game. Now that I'm in the game, I gotta make my first move. I gotta make my first few steps, And when you making your first, your first impression, you want that bitch to be hard. You want that to be loud. You want to make your first impression and just boom. You already got the job. You're a dropout, but cool. If you make your first impression better than that Harvard student, you just might get the job. I'm just saying, like, if they slip up and you don't, and you keep pushing and you keep trying and you truly really want it, then you gonna have that business. You gonna get that lawyer position. You gonna get that raise. You gonna get that you gonna get that sleep. Why I say sleep? Because you done put in all these different videos across the platform of YouTube, Twitch, and all the different stuff like that. Now when you sleep and you resting and your name Casanat, other people are watching your clips and you're making money while you sleep. Other people are doing so many different things while you sleep and making you money. And you wake up, boom, you just made such and such money. Dang, that's crazy. That's truly lit. And I just want to push this to y'all, okay? And I guess D out. I don't really know. I just hope y'all take this advice. Not even advice, but just learn from my understanding. This is my understanding of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, my understanding of the game. And if I'm wrong in some way, shape, or form, correct me, because I'm not trying to lose the game. I'm in the game to win. We only play to win around here. And if you're playing to lose, you can't hang around here. You can't hang around here if you're playing to lose.